Africa has seen an increase in average agricultural productivity of 30% per year between 2015 and 2020, not enough to meet the challenges of its development. According to the African Development Bank estimate, agricultural production is set to triple by 2030 from $280 billion a year to $1,000 billion. To achieve this goal, Africa's agricultural potential must be exploited to the full. This means removing obstacles to the agricultural development, mobilizing the necessary investments along the entire food value chain, and applying best practices.
There are lots of best practices that can be scaled up in our continent. The problem with us is we are not, coming together and learning from lessons to bring about productive capacity in our countries. So I think we need to invest in agriculture as the basis for every development.
The continent's economic and regional integration is an asset that should encourage efforts to develop intensive and industrial agriculture. The African Continental Free Trade Area is a tool for guaranteeing a flow of production between the 47 states that have ratified the AfCFTA agreement. For former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, Africa's agricultural potential can flourish if the term agriculture is changed into agribusiness. Agribusiness has the advantage of developing the sector's value chain from land preparation to production and means of production. This should encourage the emergence of a more dynamic and productive sector.
I believe we should stop talking of agriculture. We should be talking of agribusiness. We in West Africa and Central Africa produce more than 75% of cocoa in the world. South Africa does not produce cocoa, but they eat chocolate. Why can't the cocoa we produce in Ghana and in Côte d'Ivoire be turned to chocolate and be sent to Kenya, to Tanzania?
Africa has almost 600 million hectares of uncultivated arable land. This represents 60% of the world's total uncultivated arable land. This potential, if properly exploited, should make it possible not only to meet the urgent challenges of achieving food self-sufficiency on the continent, but also to feed the planet and thus significantly stimulate the economic growth. Yet, the continent imports around $35 billion worth of foodstuffs every year, according to the African Development Bank, despite this enormous potential. In the opinion of the former Ethiopian Prime Minister, this problem is also due to the quality of partnerships, which are not conducive to the local industrial production.
Our partners shouldn't come for food aid. They should support us to come up with production and increase our productive capacity. You can see billions and billions of dollars are invested in food aid and emergency and all kinds of things. And people are waiting for emergency to come and to support billions of dollars rather than investing in our productive capacity. So I think we have to make sure that we are engaging with our partners in terms of having, such kind of engagement.
Unlocking the continent's agricultural potential is a must if we are to achieve the objectives of the Agenda 2030 of the African Union. But it's also a major challenge given the continent's infrastructure shortcomings. Unlocking the continent's agricultural potential, which should also create jobs, reduce poverty, generate equitable growth, and transform the region's economies, as a foundation to a strong and prosperous Africa, given that the agricultural sector is an important pillar for growth.